chargers. There actually were 7 that were produced, so that's actually a much better track record than what we're seeing with this internet. And I want to add to what you were saying. This comes after the government.
Hi guys, welcome back to XCOM 2.
Elon Musk's Starlink. That contract would have internet in 642
I think we're in the geoscape.
homes for just $885 million, which is pennies to heaven compared to.
No, we're right in the middle of catching the rat. It's my favorite missions of the game when you gotta go catch the rats.
And this is how they spend the money. I mean, what's staggering is Elon Musk is spending spaceships to Mars. He's working with NASA to get rockets off the ground. The IRS can't even take the website live, and yet the government insists on continuing to pour money down a rat hole on these public projects when, in this case, and it seems like in a lot of other cases, there's clearly a much more effective, much cheaper private sector alternative, but unwilling to pursue that.
It's almost as if they really don't care about the people who might be best served by this. Very quickly, want to run this quick montage on the economy. We've talked at length about Bidenomics. Listen to this.
No president's had the run we've had in terms of creating jobs and bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office.
I think that we know that it takes time for people to feel the policies.
So you're saying eventually prices will come down, and what's the time frame?
No, what I'm saying is the president's taking action. There's more work to do.
15 seconds each. By the way, he lied when he said inflation was at 9%, Jason.
Yeah, under Donald Trump for 4 years, it never got even close or over 3%. So what Joe Biden's saying is absolute fabrication. People understand what's really going on here.
Lydia, wrap us up.
Yeah, she's promising that somewhere over the rainbow, we're finally going to see a better economy, and somehow that pot of gold is only going to be discovered if we let them again for another 4 years. But again, you can't pull the wool over people's eyes, and there's the reality of what's happening.
Enemy sighted.
Bonus points for the Wizard of Oz reference there. Lydia Moynihan and Jason Chapin, thank you both for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Their cheap fakes video, they are done in bad faith. I think that it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos.
Deep fakes, cheap fakes, manipulation. For the record, the Fox News Channel has not aired any manipulated videos of President Biden, but with this stirring up so much controversy, we thought we would discuss it further with tonight's media panel. Newsbusters managing editor Curtis Houck and the Spectator's Washington editor Amber Duke. You know, Curtis, I've been looking forward to talking to you all day long because this is one of those topics you just kind of have to shake your head because I know what I'm looking at. I see this with my own 2 eyes. The White House cannot outspin this.
This is wrong. Video, Kevin, there's no airbrushing of this at all. You think back to 2020, and I recall that moment where President Trump walked slowly down a ramp at West Point, and the media,
wet.
It was wet. It made huge talk. There was some kind of cognitive impairment, physical impairment. Nicole Wallace, the Bridgepoint Liberal White House story hour on MSNBC, spent 12 and a half minutes on one day complaining about that. Here, the White House, this phrase, take workshops here, is a complete flop.
Yeah, I love that. Workshops. Andrew, before you weigh in, I want you to listen to this montage of sound about cheap fakes. Listen.
Cheap fakes, videos of real events that are intentionally manipulated to fool viewers.
This is fake. This is fake.
They're only helping Joe Biden. They're only lowering expectations. Mainstream media outlets are now all in on the lies.
I find what Barack Obama did inexplicable because he knows the narrative that is built up around his former vice president. And yet, everything you saw there was real. Not 1 second was altered.
Howie nails it. Not 1 second.
Oh, it's incredible, this cheap fake term. I guess they can't say deep fake because that implies that there was some sort of AI manipulation of the video. So they've come up with cheap fake, which just means that it's a video that makes Joe Biden look bad. And to be honest, this is really so desperate from the White House and from the Biden campaign to really tell people to not believe their own lying eyes.
Yeah.
And what was incredible about the Obama video is that their defense was to actually put out their own version of the video that conveniently zoomed out to about 1,000 yards at that exact moment that Obama was surrounded by his wrist and leading him on stage. But we're the ones who achieved it.
I want to share this. This is a New York Magazine cover. Very interesting. It says they're attacking Republican women, and as you can see the tagline there, are Republican women okay? What they're really doing, it seems to me, Curtis, is they're suggesting that if you are a Republican woman, you're either crazy or somehow you just don't get it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is the magazine and the party where they don't even know what an actual woman is. They're constantly redefining.
Touché.
Yeah, women is, all in your mind. It's all subjective here. It's the construct. So for them to make that argument during June, during Pride Month, is just all the more comical. I think the American people see right through this, and that's why these magazines are failing, just like New York Magazine, Washington Post, are going down the tube.
Your thoughts?
Conservative and Republican women have been dealing with this for decades, where the left accuses us of having internalized misogyny, or as Hillary Clinton said, only voting the way that our husbands tell us to vote. I'll have you know that me and my husband voted for different people in the last primary, so it's not actually true. But nonetheless, it's all about just discrediting anyone who thinks differently than the rule of law. They did it to Melania Trump. They did it to all of the impressive White House staffers under the former president, Donald Trump, and they will continue to do it because it's a convenient way to just attack their political opponents.
What's interesting to me is they do this and they know what they're doing. This is an intentional obfuscation of your ability to say, these are the facts. My groceries are higher, my gas prices are higher, my home heating is higher, and there's more crime. They can make these decisions on their own. They don't need to be told how to vote or how not to vote. It's kind of silly. Amber and Curtis, thank you both. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. President Biden unveiling a new illegal alien-friendly action today, one that will shield undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens from deportation. Correspondent Jeff Paul taking a closer look at the new policy announcement and the state of the larger southern border crisis. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, good evening, Kevin. The new immigration policy will impact roughly 500,000 married couples. It creates a legal pathway for not only the person who lacks citizenship, but for their kids as well. Under Biden's new plan, spouses without legal status in the U.S. can apply to become permanent residents without having to leave the U.S. to apply in their home country. The White House is framing this as, quote, new action to keep families together. Policy will impact on citizens who've been in the country for at least 10 years. President Biden called it a common sense fix, but Republicans, including former President Donald Trump, criticized the new policy, saying President Biden is sending a message rewarding illegal entry. Here's how President Biden responded to Trump.
He's proposing to rip spouses and children from their families and homes and communities and place them in detention camps. He's actually saying these things. It's hard to believe it's being said, but he's actually saying these things out loud. That's outrageous.
In New York, police arrested a 25-year-old Ecuadorian man in connection with the rape of a 13-year-old girl. The NYPD says the suspect entered the U.S. illegally back in 2021 through Eagle Pass, Texas. Now, they credited a group of bystanders who recognized his face from surveillance video police had released, holding him, Kevin, until officers arrived.
Jeff, thank you so much, my friend. We'll see you again in just a few. For more analysis, we want to bring in former acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker and retired Border Patrol agent, Roane County, Texas, Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland. First to you, Sheriff. This is one of those issues that I think really not just speaks to the problems that we're seeing on the southern border, but it also speaks to the broader issue of the national security of this country. I want to share, this is Mr. Biden on the new border policy, and I want to get your reaction first, Sheriff. Listen.
There's already a system in place for people we're talking about today, but the process is cumbersome, risky, and separates families. Under the current process, undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens must go back to their home country. They have to leave their families in America with no assurance to be allowed back in the United States.
You know, when you hear it, it sounds good if you think this will help, but I think there are a lot of people that will believe this won't help. It'll make things work, and it may even act as a magnet. Your thoughts?
Howdy, Kevin. And I'll tell you what this is another effort by this administration trying to appeal to the American public. I think cases of 30 to be more humanitarian, or for whatever the half ago, it was the new executive order. Before that, it was the Senate bill that was, I like to say garbage. It made no sense. We had HR2 that's on the House ready to go. But I also want to comment on, this is about border security, not immigration. We need a secure border. Our borders are unsecure, and we have to get back to that.
Listen, when I read it, before I heard him talk about it, I thought this is obviously going to play to a base that he is trying to attract. At the same time, I'm concerned, I think many people are concerned that this will actually end up working as a magnet and make things demonstratively worse along the southern border.
Yeah, I don't think that any of the Biden border policies have had a positive impact on national security or public safety in the United States of America. And it's very cynical almost that he, and I think purely politics, but it really points to Joe Biden's political problem on the border is that he can't secure his left wing while he's losing people in middle and on the right. Because again, you're seeing people murdered in our streets. Every victim of a crime committed by an illegal immigrant is an unnecessary victim. It is should never have happened, and it's happening all too often.
Exactly. Let me share your former boss, his reaction to Mr. Biden. Listen to this.
Crooked Joe's action today is an illegal, unconstitutional amnesty without approval from Congress, no approval from the courts or the American people, but he never does that.
You know, this is right, I think, for a challenge. As a lawyer, as an attorney general, I'm sure you'd be chomping at the bit to drag this to court.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, this immediately confers certain government benefits to folks, whether that's an immediate ability to work, Social Security, get Medicaid, Medicare. And so all of those things compound, but at the same time, this is illegal. He admitted that it was in this bill that Sheriff Cleveland said was a terrible bill. He admitted it was there. Congress has the power to do it. Joe Biden doesn't have the power to do it.
Sheriff, wrap us up here. Your thoughts.
And to Matt's point, and to President Trump's point, look what our President Biden is doing at this point with this latest action is he's doing what Congress should be doing, meaning Congress needs to be making the laws, putting the law forward, not the President of the United States. And because he continues to do this, it's actually causing more problems and penalties.
One of the things that happens is he gets the headline, and for a while this will be all the rage, and whether it makes it over the finish line or not, the effect of it, especially as I mentioned earlier, the draw of it, I think is only enhanced. Sheriff and Attorney General, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Still to come on the show, crime plaguing big blue cities across the country, no signs of slowing down. How one desperate Democratic governor is making a quick 180 to curb her state's problem. And later in the nightcap.
Doesn't surprise you that Trump would agree to these terms. I know that his campaign is dying to get him shoulder to shoulder in the same room with Joe Biden, but why on these terms? Yes, you said it best. It's going to be great for everyone, meaning the audience, but not him.
It's going to be awfully early, strangely early. I hope we'll get more than just one shot. But yeah, right now we're less than 10 days away from the first 2024 presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, hosted by Dana Bash and Jake Tapper. CNN releasing additional details on the parameters agreed upon by the Trump and Biden campaigns: muted microphones, no live audience, commercial breaks, and perhaps MSNBC is asking the right question: why did Trump agree to debate on these terms? Should he have done so quickly? Maybe not. What do you think? We want you to weigh in on the nightcap, as you see right there at Fox News 9 on X or Instagram. We'll read your responses later on in the show. Meantime, it is 11:20 here on the East Coast. Here is our Fox News at Night trip across America. Over to New Orleans, Louisiana. I love that town. Bourbon Street is actually named after a French royal family, not the liquor. And finally, to my home, Denver, Colorado, which sits exactly 1 mile above sea level, 3-time Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, 3-time Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche, NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Awesome. We'll see you after a very quick break, but don't forget, you can always check us out. If you can't do it live, set your DVR and watch us anytime.
T-Mobile's 5G network
That's 100,000 Delta employees, so they can make every customer feel like they've arrived before they left the ground. This is how business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend Pronamel Active Shields because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. It really works.
High blood pressure is known as the silent killer. Now there's Respirin, the first ever FDA-cleared medical device, clinically proven to lower blood pressure.
The results I got were staggering. The blood pressure this morning was 110/79.
Multiple clinical trials report 82% of Respirin users reduced high blood pressure, and it was cleared to be sold without a prescription. We are so sure that Respirin will work for you. We guarantee it.
It's the best investment I've ever made in my life.
Go to Respirin.com now.
You ever feel like you're all alone and no one cares about you? I want you to know something. You're not alone. God cares about you. God loves you. And you don't have to ever be lonely again. Because Jesus Christ can come and live inside of your heart, be your Savior and your Lord. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a relationship with God. He's just a prayer away. You can just pray a prayer like this. Jesus, I want you to come into my life. Forgive me of my sin. I want to start this relationship with you now. You'll pray a prayer like that. God will hear it and answer it. And you can know that you'll have purpose in this life and hope in the life to come. And if you prayed that prayer, let me send you a Bible at no charge to help you get started in your relationship with God.
Why are so many people getting Super Beats Heart Chews 5-star reviews? Because they're a really simple thing you can do to help promote more energy and support healthy blood pressure.
Plant-based healthy blood pressure support is super convenient thanks to the premium ingredients in Super Beats. And now new Super Beats Advanced Heart Chews with a clinically researched dose of CoQ10, plus our great seed extract for nearly 2 times more effective blood pressure support than diet and exercise alone. You can feel the difference.
I love that I'm taking something that's healthy for me and it's maintaining my blood pressure.
From heart health support to the 2-in-1 added power of CoQ10, your choice is simple. Super Beats is the original and only #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support.
Doctors recommend Super Beats, and I swear by it. I know you'll love what it does for you too.
Call or go to trysuperbeats.com and get a free month supply, plus free shipping on all bundles. Use discount code FOX News and get an extra 20% off.
A heart attack? Do they have life insurance?
No,
But we have life insurance. John.
I'm trying to find something we can afford.
Fortunately, in only a few minutes, SelectQuote found John a $500,000 policy for only $29 a month, and his wife Ann a $500,000 policy for only $21 a month. Go to SelectQuote.com now and get the insurance your family needs
At a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Just voters saying with those votes. It's an election year and Joe Biden's in trouble. Jesse Waters Prime Time, weeknights on Fox News Channel.
Watching the game or just enjoying some downtime. But if you're not yet involved in alcohol or drugs, please remember that driving is both dangerous and illegal. Be sure to follow the cab or take public transit. If you decide to stay in after all, well, maybe it's because best friends don't let best friends drink and drive. Thanks for helping to keep our roads safe. Around alive, drive sober.
Every time I was making when I found out about the I was sitting inside of my phone on the phone talking to someone saying, I reject it.
For our help in extracting a VID who has been providing reconnaissance data in this area. We've got the coordinates, but it's likely we'll have to clear out a contingent of hostile forces to make this work.
26 minutes after the hour now, a bit of breaking news and sad sports news to pass along tonight. Baseball Hall of Famer Willie Mays has died at the age of 93. 4 years after Jackie Robinson broke Major League Baseball's columbarium, Mays began starting with the then New York Baseball Giants, winning the 1951 Rookie of the Year award, and he went on to earn not one but 2 MVP honors. The Say Kid is best remembered for making arguably the greatest play in baseball history, the catch, which of course helped the Giants get to the World Series and win it in 1954. The San Francisco Chronicle reports tonight that Mays died of heart failure. The Say Kid was 93 years old. Surprising new developments tonight and a shocking new video to share with you as America's crime crisis shows little sign of abating. Jeff Paul back with the latest on that for us tonight. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, and Kevin, we'll start right here in Southern California, where police just released a new image of a vehicle they believe was involved in that armed robbery of a Secret Service agent. Right now, we're looking for this vehicle, described as a 2004 to 2006 silver Infiniti FX35 SUV. Investigators say it could be involved in the robbery of a Secret Service agent who had a bag stolen at gunpoint on the same night President Biden and former President Obama were fundraising in downtown LA. Now, in the Bay Area, take a look at this new video of a smash and grab at a jewelry store in Sunnyvale, California. This happened last Wednesday. Police say roughly 20 people stormed into that store with hammers and other tools, breaking into those jewelry cases, taking basically whatever they could. 5 arrests there so far. And in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul is considering a partial mask ban, that's right, a ban, on New York City subways. It comes after several instances of anti-Semitic acts by masked protesters, including one described by Governor Hochul involving a group taking over a subway car where they chanted about Hitler and wiping out Jews.
We will not tolerate individuals using masks who may be responsible for criminal or threatening behavior. My team is working on a solution, but on a subway, people should not be able to hide behind a mask to commit crimes.
Governor Hochul says common sense exemptions will be made for health, cultural, and religious reasons. Kevin.
Jeff, thank you again. We appreciate that. We want to get some expert insight from former FBI Special Agent and Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, I want to begin by sharing with Benny Johnson, who's a conservative commentator, very popular, said on X, he says, California is so far gone that Joe Biden's Secret Service agents are now getting robbed at gunpoint. I mean, at a certain point, you just have to shake your head.
I mean, it is. It's sad. It's tragic. Because California, it's a beautiful place. I mean, I think it's an absolutely gorgeous place. But you know what? I have so many friends. They've all left, especially during COVID and with the crime rate out the roof. I mean, a lot of people are just leaving. And you know what? They're coming to Florida. They're going to Texas. We're overpopulated now because everyone's leaving California. But yeah, a Secret Service agent held at gunpoint. Imagine that, right? Again, being a law enforcement officer as an FBI agent, it doesn't make you immune from trying to stay committed against you, but you have a gun. And there's something called the deadly force policy, and when a gun is put at your head or you are put at gunpoint, deadly force is definitely justified. I understand that he or she did, return fire, but we don't know what happened to the suspect. But again, very, very chilling that that could happen. And the jewelry heist up in California, 20 individuals, this was in the broad daylight. This was shortly after 1 p.m. on an afternoon, and that's just acceptable now because it's been happening so often. And when there's no consequence for these crimes that are committed, the cycle continues. Thank goodness at least 5 individuals were arrested, but what about the 15 others, right? There were 20 people involved. I was absolutely flabbergasted to see how they just went in, like they ruled the store, took what they wanted, and were on their way.
Yeah, and by the way, they talk about the 5 who were arrested. I'd like to find out, are we talking about adults? Because often, in many cases like this, they will actually use young people, we're talking about juveniles, to commit the crime because they know that if they're arrested, if you get caught, nothing will happen to you. And then, of course, the cycle continues. Very quickly, I want to share this from Kathy Hochul, New York governor, talking about the mask ban or partial mask ban. I want to get your reaction to that.
There will be exceptions for health, There will be exceptions for religious observance. There would be exceptions for cultural festivities. There should be, some deterrent for people committing criminal activities. I mean, do you really want someone with a mask on walking into a bank? We have to be smart about protecting our businesses and our riders on subways from harassment as well.
And as bad as what she described is, I want to share very quickly just a tiny example of what we noticed on a subway. People, again, harassing others, again, wearing masks. Listen.
It's the first time I've ever seen something like that. Let's see.
In New York City, of all places, Nicole.
It is evil, it is disgusting, it is wrong. And you know what? As an FBI agent, during the summer of 2020, it was very heartening for law enforcement to know that they were enforcing masks. They were requiring masks. It made it very difficult for FBI and other law enforcement agencies to do their job when everybody was covered in masks. And the first thing I noticed when these protesters came out this year against all these anti-Jewish hate things that are going on in our nation, the first thing I noticed was they all had masks on. You know what? If you are so proud of what you're doing, you take your mask off and you be proud of your actions. They are absolutely trying to obey law enforcement. They know what they're doing is wrong and they don't want to be held accountable. But the problem that Governor Hochul has is that she was the one out there preaching, you have to wear a mask, you have to wear a mask. They made it regular. It became normalized to wear a mask. And now, how are you going to enforce that? Good luck on enforcing that on the subways in New York. You can't even stop crime. You think that you're going to hold people accountable for wearing a mask on the subway? I mean, I think it's absolutely absurd, frankly. Good for her to have that thought, but she's the one that was strongly enforcing the mask in the first place.
Right.
Made it difficult for law enforcement, and now it's virtually impossible to undo that.
Nicole Parker, real pleasure. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. And you're talking about a very difficult circumstance up in New York, but it's one that could be remedied and certainly seems avoidable. My friend, thank you as always. Coming up, in what world are top intel agency officials encouraged to paint their nails and learn crochet during work hours? Well, in the United States of America, of course. And still to come, Chris Brown stuck midair in the middle of his performance in New Jersey, and a Portland roller coaster malfunction. 30 people stranded upside down. Today's best viral videos are coming next, but first, one Bull Australia, nicknamed the Bull. Yes, I wish I was there. Everybody has
Chewy, a Citi client, uses Citi's financial expertise to help drive its growth and keep its supply chain moving. So more pet parents can get everything they need right when they need it. Keeping more pets and families happy. For the love of moving our clients forward, for the love of progress.
Hi, I'm Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, and I'm here today to tell you about a hidden health crisis currently affecting nearly every American: sleep deprivation. That's why you need to know about relaxing sleep. You see, getting a good night's sleep helps support a healthy immune system, helps maintain a healthy blood pressure, healthy cardiovascular system.
Relaxium Sleep is studied, tested, and designed by a neurologist to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
Relaxing Sleep worked from the very first night I took it. I had more focus and mental clarity than I've had in years.
Hundreds of thousands of people have experienced the relief and health benefits from getting a great night's sleep and get relaxing sleep.
After being a relaxing customer for at least 3 years now, because I'm getting a better night's sleep, it's making everything else about my life more enjoyable.
It'll regulate your natural sleep cycle, relax your body, and calm the mind for better sleep through the whole night. Call today and get your very own risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep. Relaxium Sleep doesn't have any harmful chemicals like many prescription sleeping pills. With Relaxium Sleep, you can expect to start sleeping better the very first night. The very first night.
I wake up feeling alert and like I've had the best night's sleep.
If you're like I was, and you've got trouble sleeping at night, take control of your health. Stop struggling with restless nights. Sleep like you were meant to with Relaxium.
Mike Huckabee is so confident that Relaxium will work for you, he's asked us to give away 1,000 bottles.
If you're not
getting calm enough to go to sleep. Take Relaxium Sleep. I promise you it will work.
Get your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. It's guaranteed to work or your money back. Visit tryrelaxium.com or call 800-806-4851. That's tryrelaxium.com or call 800-806-4851.
Victims of mesothelioma and their families may be entitled to receive a cash reward from the estimated $30 billion in asbestos trust funds now available. Over $50 billion has been awarded already. If you have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by asbestos, call the number on your screen now. We have served victims of mesothelioma and their families nationwide for over 30 years. We have successfully recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for thousands of our clients. Even if a family member has passed due to mesothelioma, you may still be entitled to a cash reward. So call now for your free evaluation. We want to help victims of mesothelioma and lung cancer, and your families get the financial compensation you deserve from the estimated $30 billion in trust funds now available. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call 1-800-296-0860 now or visit us at mesofund.com.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today. Oh, that's great.
What position did you play?
First base. That's where Grandpa used to play. When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use a regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends.
Clear Captions was an easy solution for us.
Clear Captions provides captions on a phone, like captioning on your TV, so you can see what the caller is saying live as they say it.
Making it easy to understand and respond immediately.
There is no insurance or Medicare required. Clear Captions service is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
Give your loved ones the independence and connection they deserve.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a Clear Captions phone at no cost to you. Call 1-800-979-0270. That's 1-800-979-0270.
I was so excited to buy my first home, but I needed a lot of work done on it. I went on to Angie. JD was the first person to call. He's resurfaced my flooring, he's done plumbing work, he's refinished this beautiful table here.
Find top-rated certified pros in your area at Angie.com.
When we say it'll be on time, they expect it to be on time.
Start shipping. Your advantage. Keep those expectations with reliable ground shipping. With USPS Ground Advantage.
Breaking news tonight, a nail biter in the Commonwealth of Virginia, where Freedom Caucus Chairman Bob Good is hoping to fight off a challenge from Trump-backed State Senator John McGuire. Mr. Trump has portrayed Good as a backstabber after he endorsed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis when he ran for president. At this hour, the race remains, as you can see right there, much too close to call a real nail biter down in VA. We'll keep an eye on that for you. In time for the second time in less than a week, a federal judge has blocked President Biden's biology-denying rewrite of Title IX that would include woke transgender ideologies, say critics. Ashley Strohmeyer returning with more on that story, Ashley.
Yeah, Kevin, a federal judge has temporarily blocked the Biden administration from implementing changes to Title IX. This is the second time in just a matter of days that a federal judge has dealt a blow to the rewrite of a more than 50-year-old rule. It was meant to protect students from discrimination on the basis of sex. President Biden wanted to extend those protections to transgender individuals. Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn thinks the reason is more self-defense.
Title IX has allowed girls to compete, to excel, to get college scholarships, to learn about team building, and to develop those skills that are going to help them all of their lives. And the Biden administration continues to try to diminish that and to take those opportunities away from young girls and young women.
Chief Judge Dan Reeves altered the law in 6 more states, writing in his opinion that sex and gender identity do not mean the same thing. Biden's Education Secretary Miguel Cardona said in April, these final regulations build on the legacy of Title IX by clarifying that all our nation's students can access schools that are safe, welcoming, and respect their rights. So now the changes to Title IX have been halted in 10 states. More Republicans are fighting implementation of the new rule, which is supposed to go into effect in August. Back to you.
Ashley, thank you so much. Let's continue the conversation now with Republican candidate for the California State Assembly, reform California Chairman Carl DeMaio, along with Chino Valley School Board President Sonia Shaw. Carl, I'm going to ask you your reaction to this from the this is from the Alliance Defending Freedom. It's a statement about the Title IX decision, and it reads thusly: the Biden administration's radical redefinition of sex will upend the equal opportunities that women and girls have enjoyed for 50 years under Title IX, and will threaten their safety and privacy at every level. It goes on. Our female athlete client has already suffered the humiliation and indignity of being harassed by a male student in the locker room and on her sports team. No one else should have to go through that. Your thoughts?
Well, the statement is exactly right. Look, I'm a gay Republican, and so I really ascribe to the notion that we should treat people with dignity and respect. But I need to tell the left that dignity and respect is a two-way street. It's not dignified nor respectful to our girls when you ruin the girls' sports. By allowing biological males to compete on girls' teams against other girls, you basically corrupt the level playing field, and you take away sports from girls. They enjoy the sports, they learn from them, they develop from them, they get scholarships from them. Why do we need to ruin a good thing for an entire group of people because we're trying to somehow bend over backwards and give people whatever they want? Also, let me just point out that what Biden's doing is patently illegal, and that's why the judge overturned it. If Biden thinks that this is such a great idea, then why don't you have the members of Congress vote on this and then face the voters back home at the polls? He doesn't want to do that because he knows that this is an extremist idea, and he's trying to avoid any sort of political blowback.
This is exactly what the argument has been here in Washington, Sonia. What they're trying to do, the argument goes, is they're trying to take this out of the hands of the people who would otherwise make that decision. That would be you, the voter, or the congressional lawmakers, who then would change the law if it came to that. Your thoughts?
Absolutely, and we have a moral obligation to protect our girls. The original intent of Title IX was to give them the opportunities and put safety and protections in place. I think it's time we say enough is enough. Biden has perverted the original intent, and we need to empower our girls to start walking away. So we forced them into pushing back what Title IX was originally put in place for. Our girls deserve the opportunity, and I, along with so many, will continue to protect and fight for that as well.
A lot of young athletes of every level have benefited from Title IX. I could talk about my sister, who was an outstanding athlete, both at the junior and high school level. And there are millions others just like her. Very quickly, I want to share this about the Intel community and Pride Month. This is from Representative Michael Waltz. It just shows where this administration's priorities continue to be, which is a virtue signal to the progressive left, rather than staying focused on lethality, effective intelligence collection, and keeping Americans safe. It's just a total misplacement of priorities, and it comes from the top, and it comes from highly politicized political appointees by political appointees that are pushing an agenda. 15 seconds each. This is a shocker. If you read the story, you just shake your head. Carl, first to you.
Well, the DEI extremist concept has infested our Department of Defense, our intel agencies. Have we forgotten the intel failure that led to the October 7th attacks in Israel? Our intel agencies should be focused on their mission, not personal pronouns and all sorts of other social agendas. Get back to work and protect our people.
Sonia, wrap us up.
Absolutely, and these agencies are put in place to keep our nation safe. And right now, they're focusing on painting fingernails and doing all this other kind of bizarre activities. We need to get back to actually doing what they're supposed to do. But Lennon said it best, and I'll kind of sum it up for you. You're not going we don't have to worry about the bombs being thrown. The way that our enemy is going to beat us is by destroying our everything that the United States was meant to be. Anything of our ethics, our morals, and our values, and that's what they're doing. Look, these agencies need to get back to work.
Yeah, they do. Sonia and Carl, thank you so much. Quick time out. We're back with the nightcap after this break.
Veteran homeowners, need cash but worried you can't get a home loan because of your credit? Here's great news. At New Day, we've been granted automatic authority by the VA to make our own loans.
He's my engineer.
In fact, if you've had credit challenges and missed a payment along the way, you're more than 5 times more likely to get approved for the New Day 100 VA cash out loan. No one knows veterans like New Day USA.
Go to newdayusa.com. There are many ways to do things. At Old Dominion Freight Line, we do them this way. This way has people who start early, people who care and inspire each other to do things the way they should be done. This way uses technology and goes the extra mile to deliver your promises on time, every time. This way is why we're the #1 national LTO carrier for quality. For us, this way is the right way, which is why it's the only way we go. When you need to prepare for unpredictable adventures, you need WeatherTech. Laser measured floor lines, front and rear. Seat projector to save the seats.
They're all yours. Here.
So I better take the car.
Can we get ice cream?
We can now. Get through here with American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
This outdated DMV has 2 forms of ID.
Think of all the places that can expose your info. LifeLock monitors millions of data points for identity. If there's a problem, you fix it. Guaranteed.
Sleep more deeply and wake up rejuvenated. Purple Mattresses exclusive gel flex grid draws away heat, relieves pressure, and instantly adapts. Sleep better with Purple. Right now, save up to $800 off mattress sets at Purple. Visit purple.com or a store near you today.
Well, this isn't going to work.
Try this.
This will work.
Score! Pick up score.
Selling your home? Realtor.com's Real Choice Selling lets you choose from multiple agent proposals, because when agents compete, we win.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust. Download the Realtor.com app today.
Yes. Go to this ballpark.
The Giants celebration of the century.
Harris Faulkner puts America's news in focus.
Living in here, demanding answers.
Don't miss the Faulkner Focus. Weekdays at 11 on Fox News Channel.
The program helped me a lot because I met other kids who were going through the same program. So I was able to relate and find where I could fit in. They see support of United Way. I'm able to achieve my dreams and become productive.
Another sunny day by the water. But it only takes one bad decision to change the mood. Voters on radio influence of alcohol and drugs pose the same danger, face the same consequences as those operating illegally. They'll lose their license, face fines and insurance fees, maybe even jail time. Impaired voting is impaired driving. There are better ways to spend a sunny day. Enjoy the summer on safer roads and waterways. Arrive alive. Drive sober.
And we're back with the Nightcap crew. Ashley Strohmeyer, Curtis Howe, Carl DeMaio, Sonia Shaw, Olivia Moynihan, and Jason Jacobs. Tonight's topic, presidential parameters. We are less than 10 days away from the first
2024 presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. CNN releasing new details on the parameters. No opening statements. Okay. Muted microphones.
Oh,
no
no.
notes. No live audience. So our question tonight, should former President Trump have so quickly agreed to debate?
That's why I said, no, no.
And moderators and biased rules. And what
Almost
rules
made
did
it.
Trump say countered before accepting? I think it's a great question. Let's begin with Carl DeMaio.
Well, when I saw the no's, I thought, well, this is all obvious. No podium, or no opening statements, no notes, no audience. Well, we're on CNN. They don't have an audience usually. Look, Donald Trump, no matter what you throw at him, is going to win this debate. I mean, I don't think he's too concerned about all the rules. He just wants to get in there and show that Joe Biden is not capable of standing up and articulating his agenda over a period of time, an hour or an hour and a half. Sure, it's a biased forum, but I think he's going to do just fine. I think Trump probably should have asked for a drug test going in, because maybe Biden's having some mental boosting drugs, but he'll be fine. Trump will win.
We'll see. Ashley.
You know, I think Trump just wants to get him up on that stage. I don't think he would care if they said, we're going to muzzle you in between. He would have done it.
Sonia.
I think the only thing that should have been added is no babysitters for Biden.
Lydia.
I think the terms are actually pretty good for Trump, because Biden can't rely on his teleprompter notes. We haven't seen him without those kind of accessories in I don't know how long. And the fact that he's going to be, the Trump brother will be cut off, kind of handicaps Biden's strategy, because I feel like Biden just wants to egg Trump on. So Trump can't be too aggressive, and it's a good situation for him. Regardless, have two candidates actually debate ideas and concepts on merits instead of screaming at each other will be sort of a novel and good concept.
See if it actually ends up like that. Curtis.
Yeah, I think for the President Trump needs to have Joe Biden stand. This whole discussion about maybe they sit is totally ridiculous. For Donald Trump, the bigger issue is the biased moderators. Jake Tapper tonight, he said, we're fighting for legitimacy, fighting for the facts and truth every day. We step up to the plate in an event honoring the late New York Times columnist David Carr. So, yeah, that's just one example of the biased moderators with Jake Tapper, Dave Ashton. He needs to watch out for not us.
Jason Chaffetz. I actually like the rules. I think they'll be fine, and I think the moderators will be fine, because you know what? Ultimately, it's the American people who get to decide. And if the moderators are tip of the scale one way or the other, America will figure that out. But Donald Trump, it's a win for him. Just the fact that he got Joe Biden in June to actually come out from his hiding place and actually have to speak for himself without, a teleprompter or somebody whispering in his ear.
Handlers either. All right, so with that, we ask, what do you think? Should Mr. Trump have so quickly agreed? 50-50 pretty much on Instagram, not too far off of that on X. The response is Scott, yes, Biden won't be able to last long with only 2 breaks. Trump just has to watch Joe implode. Janice, he's definitely at an advantage, so why not? He loves the stage. He will shine. Michael, no live audience rule. Trump feeds off crowd reaction and the love. Trump and Michael, absolutely. He's debating no matter what kind of cocktail they pump him up with, it won't work. That's it for the show. We appreciate you watching America's favorite late news. I'm Kevin. Go proceed on.
What the biggest companies deliver is an exceptional customer experience. What makes it possible is unmatched connectivity and 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business. T-Mobile connects 100,000 Delta Airlines employees, powers, tractor supplies, stores nationwide with reliable 5G business internet, and partners with PGA of America on game-changing innovation. This is how business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
Happy Meal is just an easy water. Our founder, Johnny Boris, and his dad knew this firsthand. They created a boat that's more affordable, Tracker, the world's #1 best-selling fishing and pontoon boats powered by Mercury. Proudly built in Missouri and sold factory direct at Bass Pro Shops and select dealers. For as little as $5 a day, you can own a Tracker. Lifelong memories of your own. Bass Pro Shops, voted America's best outdoor retailer. See even more and support conservation. Join the club.
For years, I've been sharing how Craper Race has helped my skin look smoother, firmer, and younger. And now the system I've loved for almost a decade is even better.
Now you can transform your skin from this to this with new Crepe Race Ultra. Crepe Race really works. That's why real women have given it thousands of rave reviews. It's the celebrity secret to younger and sexier looking skin.
Crepe Race Ultra has taken years off my skin. The results have been magnificent.
And now, new and improved Crepe Race Ultra is our best system ever.
It's clinically shown to instantly improve the look of dry, crepey skin.
Crepe Race Ultra is something I recommend to my patients because it works. And now there's more big news from Crepe Race.
Introducing the Ultra Smooth Neck Repair, an all-new breakthrough solution for hard-to-treat skin on your neck. With age-defying results you have to see to believe. And you can get it today as a free gift with your order.
And this might literally be the fountain of youth for the neck. The results are incredible.
Today, you can get the new Crepe Race Ultra system for only $49.95. And we'll give you the Ultra Smooth Neck Repair for free.
And we'll also give you this customer favorite, the luxurious 4-in-1 light smoothing capsules for your face. Free. That little capsule is a power pack. And to make this our best offer ever, when you order today, we're going to double your free gift, a $76 value.
There's never been a better time to try Crepe Race. Get all this, a $143 value for only $49.95, plus free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee.
If you're seeing the signs of crepey skin, don't wait. Now you can do something about it, and your results are guaranteed for your money back.
This is a limited time offer that will not last.
Call 1-800-915-8121 or go to CrepeRaceUltra.com. Order right now.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium MyPillows with all new keys and fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code for our $25 extravaganza. Order $75 and over, your entire order ships absolutely free.
When you buy or sell your car exactly how you want with car gurus, you might begin to wonder, what if you could do things your way all the time?
Dream, 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 dream.
Some dreams do come true. Get your car your way. Get it with Gurus.
When your home needs work, where do you go? Angie? That's where Angie came in. With Angie, find top-rated certified pros in your area, plus compare quotes and pricing to help you get all your jobs done well. Find top-rated certified pros in your area at Angie.com.
Does RexMD really work? Over 85% of patients said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. Get started today with a 3-month trial pack of improvement and try RexMD.
Guys are paying me ass.
Buster. When the last day in office, inflation was at less than 1.4%.
Donald Trump holding a rally in Wisconsin. I'm Greg Gutfeld, along with Judge Jeanine Pirro, Harold Ford Jr., Jesse Waters, and Sandra Smith. It's the 5. Right now, Donald Trump firing up supporters in a key swing state. The former prez hammering Joe Biden's failures in Wisconsin. Here's some of the highlights.
We're going to evict weak, failed, and incompetent Joe Biden. He's an incompetent person. And quite simply, we are going to make America great again. Under crooked Joe Biden, the world is in flames. Our border is overrun. Inflation is raging. Europe is in total chaos. The Middle East is exploding. Iran is emboldened. China is on the march. And the worst, most incompetent, most corrupt president in history is going to drag us into World War III. First, he wandered off the G7 and
Europe and the stage, and like he didn't know where the hell he was, but he didn't know where he was. Is anybody going to watch the debate? He's going to be so pumped up. He's going to be pumped up.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden's spending $50 million to call Trump a convicted felon with ads like this.
This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
All right, Jesse. So during this rally, Trump rattled off a myriad problems of the Biden administration. They're all real, practical. You can feel these problems. On the other side, Joe is pushing the narrative of convicted felon, and so far, Trump is up 20 points in Iowa.
Yeah, that's $50 million not very well spent. Everybody knows he's a convicted felon. His numbers went up after that verdict. I don't think that's something you'd want to spend money on. The whole country's already aware of it. If I were Joe Biden, I'd be spending money saying what I did for the country. But he hasn't done anything for the country, so we can't run positive ads like that. Trump, I think, is tied in Wisconsin right now, and crime's a big deal in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's the third highest crime rate of any city in the country, and inflation's a big deal, so it's going to be a battle of suburban voters there, and then Milwaukee's probably going to swing it if Trump can get enough of the black vote. He won it in 16, he lost it barely in 20. Ron Johnson has won consistently there, so there is a path to victory. The Milwaukee is going to host the convention, and that shows how much of a priority Wisconsin is going to be. That's going to be a full week of all local media just reverberating the message of the Republican Party, and that's going to be a great thing. I love how he's talking about the debate now. I just hope Donald Trump can be calm during the debate. I don't want him to be rageful. I don't want
Ooh, that's a good one. Me and the stun.
Leap across the lectern and shred it with
That's a
his bare
good
hands.
one.
He just has to be calm, cool, measured, collected, and let Joe do his thing. That would be the key to victory.
Excellent advice from Jesse. So, Sandra, I think Jesse brought up inflation, and I can't believe this number, but it is from our fact sheet. The average household in Wisconsin is paying $967 more per month to purchase the same basket of goods and services as in 2021. That's almost $1,000.
That's what I was going to say, piggybacking on Jesse's point, I was saying, Colin, just stay honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just use the real numbers on the economy, you're a step ahead of what's happening right now. I mean, how many times have you heard this administration suggest or state that inflation was 9% when Biden took office, and that somehow we're down from that? It was not. It was not, and they've been challenged on this and haven't corrected. It was 1.4% when Biden took office. The jobs numbers, you're seeing an increasing number of American voters that are skeptical of these jobs and the econ numbers that are coming out. Last year, there was 10 months of downward revisions to the jobs numbers, so you're being told they're one thing and you're not. So nobody knows what to believe, but they know what they're feeling, and they know what they're paying. And they see that money leaving their pocketbook. It's not going to other uses in their family. They're scaling back on soccer for their kid or whatever it is, but the necessity.
Well, my spark on this, Dragoon.
So if he just steps up there or steps up on
It's a
the
good
debate
party.
stage and is
Let's
honest
do
with
it.
American people about what is happening with the economy, they can decide for themselves if this administration has their family better off or if they were better off under Donald Trump.
Scaling back on soccer. I'm sure that's a problem.
No, this is the Wall Street Journal's writing about this. I mean, when you're faced with decisions in your household, and your kid says, I want to take on another sport or whatever it is, there are areas that you have to cut back as a family. You're not going to cut back on your food. You're not going to cut back on your utilities, right? But you might cut back on some of your extracurricular activities. And these are some of the tough choices that families are making.
So, Judge, Trump did a quick throwaway line that I thought just grabbed the entire sense of what we're going through. He says, our country is so badly run. That's exactly what a CEO would say. It's like he's looking and he's going, it's just so badly run. And like, how can you dispute that?
You can't dispute it. And what's interesting is what Jesse was saying. I mean, they're spending $15 million on an ad to say Donald Trump is a convicted felon. Really?
Okay, and that's what Joe Biden's all about. He's all about name calling. He's all about names of stars in Hollywood. And Donald Trump is out there talking about the failure of the Biden administration and talking about what he's going to do fighting for American families. And he's doing it in Wisconsin and Detroit, in Atlanta, in Michigan, Ohio, Harvard. He's talking to ordinary Americans about what they need. And there's no question that $1,000 a month that people are paying for inflation, it's a tax. It's a Biden tax. So while Joe Biden was dithering around and the name calling, Donald Trump is addressing the issues. You know, it's not 9% inflation when Joe Biden came in. It was 1.4%. I mean, the facts are the facts, and you can't lie to the American people. They know when they go to buy food, things are up 25%, 30%. Some of the fast food prices are double what they were 2 years ago. So all of this is nonsense. And Joe Biden can say that during the pandemic, how many jobs were lost. Well, we know it goes down manufacturing. So in the end, Donald Trump is speaking to specifics of every American. Joe Biden's name calling.
You know, Harold, in the green room, you shook your head in sorrow and said, I don't know how he does it. There's not a celebrity there, and he could draw thousands. But without celebrities, Joe Biden is alone and frail. I'm thinking about switching my vote, and you want to have drinks later, and I didn't know.
Let's save this.
I'm not the one to take back. It's good to be back, and I'd say a couple things to this. This is what campaigns are about. I'm delighted as someone that enjoys campaigns for the substance of them. The name calling happens on both sides, and you have a very narrow race, very tight race like we have. As I listen to you guys, I think some of it is true what you're saying, but if all of it were true, he'd be up. This is a tight race, and it will continue to be tight.